My name is C.V.Akuta, C.V.Akuta. On today's meeting, we'll be talking about preparing for Anambra State governorship election by MOBIN, like the Biafran war. The aim is to put Biafran activists into elected positions. Our speaker today will be Emeka Sri and other directors of MOBIN. The format of the meeting today has already been posted to all of us, but we'll start with opening prayers. So is it Doctor?
Dr. Meche.
Dr. Meche.
Yes.
Please lead us in prayer. After which Emeka will take the audience, please.
Otito dịrị Chineke nwere ike niile.
Amen.
Otito dịrị Jesus.
Amen.
Ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m, anyị agbakọala n'ụbọchị nke taa na ịkpa ọganiru nke Biafra. Mụ na onwe m abatago na line ya wee hụ na ihe a na-ekwu wụ na ọganiru. Anyị were ghọta na ọ gwụla sọ Chineke na-alụ ọgụ. Ọ gwụla sọ Chineke ga-eme ka Biafra bịa. Ya bụ nna anyị nke nọ n'eluigwe, anyị na-akpọku gị n'ụbọchị nke taa. Bịa ka iduzie nwa gị nwoke bụ onye isi Emeka Sri, nye nghọta, nye amamihe, nye nkwado, ka ihe niile o bu n'uche, ka ihe ọ na-akọwapụta, ka ndị mmadụ nwee ntị ịnụ, were hụ na ihe niile anyị na-eme bụ ọganiru nke ụmụ Biafra gaa n'iru. Anyị na-ekele gị na ndị anyị yọrọ kịta na ndị anyị enweghị ike ịyọtanwu, bịa mezuoro anyị ya, ka this struggle wụrụ ihe agazi agazi n'aha Jesus.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Now, Barrister Emeka Sri, you start with the opening presentation. Then we'll wait for other MOBIN directors.
Okay.
The time for you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Today is about the preparations MOBIN is making towards the Anambra State election coming up in few months' time. We are now in August. We just have 4 more months or something to go, 5 months, and enter 2021, and then the heat will be on for Anambra State gubernatorial election. We want to control, we want to take over Anambra State. We want Biafrans to take Anambra State. If we get just one state being ruled by a hardcore Biafran activist, at least we can say we have started. The governor of a state has a lot of powers, Even though we are saying that the constitution is bad, yes, constitution is bad, but every state that is created and given status by this constitution has a lot of powers. So we want to control all the states in Biafra land, starting with Anambra State. That's why we say it will be fought like a war, but this time it's not a war of arms and ammunition. It's a war of brain power, intelligence, power of the mind, power of intellect. That's what we want to use. Politics and diplomacy to grab power and put our own Biafran activists in Anambra State to control things. And is preparing for that, like preparing for war. I know that whenever we mention war, people get afraid. There are many ways to fight a battle. You don't have to carry arms and ammunition. Actually, politics is like another way of fighting for power. Of course, it's a fight for power, politics. So, MOBIN is mobilizing the Biafrans into politics to take over Anambra State. Today, more of questions and answer interactive sessions, and the directors of MOBIN will be here to give more information on what the MOBIN is doing now. I can see the the director of national orientation for Biafra is there, and maybe other directors have also logged in. So what I'm going to give, actually doing now is a kind of opening remarks. Today is the day for the directors to talk, and also for interaction, for people who have questions to ask, their questions will be answered. Coordinator, this is opening remarks I have now.
Okay.
When we now go into the details, any question that arises, we will be able to answer the questions. Thank you very much.
Okay. On that note, I want to invite any director of MOBIN, National Rotation Director, MOBIN. I can see you are available now. If you can take up the microphone, the audience, and then tell us what you've been doing and then how you are preparing for Anambra State elections next year, please.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm audible.
You're audible.
Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear you.
All right. Yes. Yes. The Directorate of National Orientation.
Your name, please.
Being
basic.
My name is Comrade Zulu of Fuelue.
Yeah.
My name is Comrade Zulu of Fuelue.
Yeah, Comrade Dalo.
And I'm in Enugu.
Oh, Dalo, okay.
I live in. I think if you listen, you will hear me.
Okay. Yeah.
I live in Enugu.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The Directors of National Orientation had been articulating programs and then working towards ensuring great success, not just in Anambra State, but in our programs generally, because we are not suspending other activities in other states just because of Anambra State, but we are pushing a lot more energy into Anambra, just like we did during the last election. But the last election was basically a lesson for us. It enabled us to learn a lot about the field of politics, which some of us we are not very conversant with. Most members of MOBIN currently we got used to. There are some of the experiences in Anambra State. By next week, Saturday, we actually move into Anambra State to inaugurate a new chapter at the ward levels. We had all the chapters in all local governments in Anambra State inaugurated before the last election, but some of them have been affected by time. You know, people and politics, there is a lot of instability in Nigerian politics. Sometimes people are standing there, other times they are standing elsewhere. So we are also going to move to Anambra State. We have already started inaugurations. And by next week, we will be inaugurating one of the chapters. And we will be moving into Anambra time to time to inaugurate chapters, both at the ward, but especially at the local government level. The local government levels, wherever properly inaugurated, goes ahead with inauguration of different wards within the local government. We usually operate with functional ward structures, which makes it easier for us to be able to operate our elections, play the politics as is obtainable in any of the states. Like I said, we are not restraining this to Anambra alone. Later, part of this month also, we'll move into Akwa Ibom State, where we have also been invited to inaugurate another chapter in Akwa Ibom State in a local government. So that is one of our works, and we have also been marking time a little bit because we have been very much present on the social media, on Facebook. If you go to the MOBIN media page on Facebook, not the group, the page on Facebook, you will see some of our works there. But we have also been working with the Directorate of Media itself. Being national orientation, our intention is actually to get Biafrans to understand what our project and approaches are. Because some people don't really understand what we are doing. Some people, as soon as they hear politics, they say, you're looking for money. You want to go and eat money like the usual Nigerian politician. And as soon as they hear anything concerning Nigeria, the movement of Nigeria, they say, you still accept Nigeria. You still want to remain enslaved. So we are taking a lot of time to sensitize our people. We have been making a lot of posts on the page. Some of the posts that are made by the media are actually motivated by the national orientation, because we see some of those media works as a way of orientating our people. So we motivate the media to do a lot of broadcasts in favor of the national orientation works of MOBIN. We have taken time to look at some of the structure of MOBIN, the mission and vision of MOBIN, the structure that, like last time, the chairman of MOBIN, Barrister Emeka, discussed issue of Nigerian constitution. I think just during our discussion now, he mentioned about Nigerian constitution and some of the benefits we could derive through the constitution. Even though it's not a constitution that's not good enough, but we can also make a lot out of it. We have been scanning through the constitution and getting a lot of works out of it, where we can convince our people that we can have a functional Biafran territory, even if we don't have a Biafran sovereignty. So these are part of the brokers we've been making and the write-ups we've been making and pushing into the public. Like I said, on the Biafran YouTube, or the MOBIN YouTube page, on the Facebook page, on the website, we use it along with the media directorate to sensitize Biafrans. But through the inaugurated wards, we also intend to go into direct contact, just like we did during the last election, because during the last election, we actually had a lot of direct contact. There you can be able to get through to people who are not used to social media, who are not used to the internet. Talk to them and tell them what we're actually doing. It's unfortunate that, let me be more direct in Nnamdi Kanu's group, because I don't like to call them IPOB. We have actually made a lot of broadcasts trying to tell people what IPOB actually means, where it came from, that we in MOBIN actually originated the idea of IPOB. And IPOB actually means Indigenous People of Biafra. And one man cannot get up and register a group and call it Indigenous People of Biafra, because you cannot be an Indigenous people. A group that is registered cannot be an Indigenous people. An Indigenous people is a whole group. Yeah. So MOBIN have been doing a lot of this work to try to sensitize our people to understand the actual meaning of Indigenous People of Biafra. And there are Indigenous people everywhere in Nigeria, all over the place and all over the world. Yeah. We've been working on getting our people to understand the document called the International Charter, the United Nations Charter on the Rights of Indigenous People, which is actually the source, the international source of our claims as Biafrans. So we have been working in that direction also to get our people to understand. Sometimes there are people who have actually rejected the Nnamdi Kanu's group, and there are so many of them, but don't know where else to go. When we see them directly during our inauguration, during our sensitization in the wards or in the at the local government level, or even at the state level, we're able to come in contact with them and convince them that what we are doing actually represents what they have actually been aspiring to see. And there are also those who are also with him, who are not happy. In one of the times in Oka North local government during the last election, we encountered a woman who was a very die-hard supporter of Nnamdi Kanu, and she was actually out to disrupt our activities there. But after talking to her, I think she calmed down, even though she didn't join us immediately, but her mindset towards our activities changed. So I will just run through some of the activities we have outlined. I've been trying to talk about some of the things we have been doing, but I may remember some more as we discuss. But let me run through some of the activities we've outlined. Some of them are working now, and some of them are actually being planned for execution. Like I've talked about, inauguration of chapters, orientation by invitation of the state chapters in Ebonyi State. Ebonyi State chapter have been inaugurated about 2 years ago, and we have actually been prompting. We have actually just prompted the chairman of the state to invite us for further orientation. If not for the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions, we expect that by now we would have been able to sit down with more people in Ebonyi State, to talk to them, to give them seminars, and convince them, because we want to have a lot more people in the field who will be able to talk about MOBIN, so that people should be able to understand what we are doing. We don't need directors to appear anywhere before people will be able to understand the activities that we are carrying out. We want anybody to be able to know the direction in which our Biafra is going at every point in time. Like we talked about the video recordings we have on YouTube, the video recordings we have on the MOBIN Facebook page, which we're also going to have in the Instagram. The Instagram page is not up yet, but will be in a short time. Just like we have the activities of the sports group, because we actually have the sports director. Maybe the sports director will speak to us later. We've actually also been trying to show our presence. The fundamental thing is we are targeting the youths, both in Anambra State and all over Biafra land. But beginning with Anambra State, we are actually targeting the youths. We believe that the young people, especially teenagers who are the later teenagers, the adult teenagers, the teenagers who are from 16 years to 19 years are a very great target for us. We know most of them currently do not have political orientation. Most of them currently do not have a political direction. We believe that's the age we can be able to catch people who are still fresh in their minds. We are working towards establishing clubs in the schools when the school comes up. But before the schools reopens, we are talking about establishing, running the Biafran essay competition for teenagers. Now that most of them are at home, we are floating the Biafran essay writing competition. We may not really call it, we may not really come up with the word Biafra directly, so that we will not be able, we will not raise unnecessary sentiments in the mind, but it will still be built around Biafran activities, like how Biafra could, we have not really called the topic now, but how Biafra could be better. What do you think about Ojukwu and some other popular, prominent Biafrans and so on and so forth? We want to run these competitions for adults and for secondary school students. For adults, I mean for those in the tertiary institutions and some other young ones. We believe that we will be able to get the youths on our side, as we are currently succeeding in doing. We may be able to get at least 100,000 teenagers who are graduating into adulthood, people who are moving between 17 and 18 years old. We may be able to get 100,000 in a state who will be ready to play the politics of that state, to get the PVC card for voting and participate actively in the election. And since they are young and vibrant and willing to fight to protect whatever vote they may have casted, these ones will be much more militant. I mean, militant now, not in the destructive balance, but in the positive political balance. They're much more militant and ready to protect whatever vote they're able to cast. We intend that, having created this kind of monsters at that particular age, monsters in quotes, we may be able to get people who will be bold enough to even contest for elections before they're 25 years old, because they have been given strong orientation. So we have drawn a curriculum. I think we can maybe after the MOBIN directors directorate, the board of directors has discussed the curriculum and approved it. We'll be able to share it with all our colleagues to look at the curriculum with which we intend to train them and bring out the best crop of human beings who are politically conscious, not just moving into politics without ideology, but having a strong political ideology that is pro-Biafran ideology. We've talked about the live broadcast, which we'll do time to time. We have our live broadcast, and whenever we have the live broadcast, I think just like we are having this Zoom meeting, we will also share it out so that everyone can join us on Facebook page and on YouTube, where we will do the live broadcast and have our members ask questions, send in their questions, so we can trash questions to be asked by Biafrans, and so on and so forth. The Biafran Orientation School is to be started off within the period of the pandemic. But now that the pandemic has ended, we are currently now also working on, but this will benefit majorly people who live in Enugu. The curriculum that we are talking about will also be used for the Biafran orientation school. That is the School of Political Education. The orientation handbill, handbills that we posted online and that we posted by different other means to reach out to people. I think we will also think about also communicating with our people online so that those who are not able to reach the school, to attend the school offline in our office in Enugu, will be able to participate online. The orientation school is not meant to be a day-to-day school like any other kind of school or certification school. It is a school of orientation, a school that is meant actually to build up political ideology. It's the kind of school of thought where the pro-Biafran ideology will be developed, especially among the young ones. And we will recommend books and links with which, through which people who are not even going to attend or come directly can read and follow up with our work. With time, we'll be able to run live online school where even when we are discussing offline, others who are not with us can also participate.
Comrade, I don't know whether you can begin to round up your presentation so that we can give other directors opportunity to speak.
Okay,
Please.
I think I'm already doing that. Most of the things I have been going through, I think I have already mentioned them, so I wouldn't need to repeat that. Like I said, the plans about the schools unit, we want actually to have a school human rights unit. We don't want to call it MOBIN or Biafran unit in schools because definitely the government will not allow that to float. So we are having a human rights unit in schools, and we are going to gradually push in our message and be able to orientate the young ones in the schools, both at the secondary schools and at the tertiary level. We are also going to be celebrating the Indigenous Day on the 12th of October. We will be celebrating the Indigenous Day on the 12th on 11th to 13th of October. The Indigenous Day is actually on the 12th, but we intend to run it between 11th and 12th because it's going to be basically media based, because we cannot really come together. We don't know how long it's going to take us before we're allowed to gather a large number in seminars. The Human Rights Day is on the 10th of September. We're also going to celebrate it as Indigenous people of Biafra because the struggle we are having is also a human rights struggle. We are going to run also a broadcast between the 8th and the 11th of December for 3 days online. And we are going to expect, and if by then our television or radio station, our standard TV or radio has come online, we will also run the broadcast on using those media. I think if maybe by the time I attend to questions or some other reactions, responses, I will find out if there is anything I've omitted among the programs currently run by the national orientation. I will also say I don't know if the DG of MOBIN has come online. Maybe she may have come online by now, but I will apologize on her behalf if she's not, because after yesterday she had the burial of one of her uncles. We had to travel to her hometown to join her during the burial of her uncle. I don't know if she would have been able to return to Enugu by now. If she's back, then she'll be able to join us. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Comrade. Do we have any other MOBIN director in the house to speak to us about their programs? I couldn't see Rita Nibogo on the list of people on the meeting now, so I wonder whether she's still back at Enugu. Do we have any MOBIN director? If you are, please raise up your hand so we can give you the audience to speak. Otherwise, Emeka can continue to give maybe sort of
okay. Director of National Orientation, Comrade Zulu. You mentioned about the School of Political Education, and I think you were talking about the target audience. I didn't really. I would like you to make it clearer. is it only the children, the youths, or the public, the general Biafran public? Because it's a school of political education. I know it may be easier to catch the young from the 16 or 13, 14, 15. It may be easier to catch the young, but don't you think that even the old people need to be reoriented their minds and given political education, even if it means, like I know you said something like it may not be certificated, but we can actually train people, give people political education and certificate them. It's like leadership training. What is politics actually if it's not the science of governance and leadership? So, because that's the major problem we have. The people that are our politicians who are supposed to be political leaders, they don't know the arts and science of leadership. What is politics if it's not the arts and science of governance and leadership? So if we can teach people the school of political education, it can be online. It can be online, but after maybe 6 months training, you give them certificate if they pass, proper training. So we will not be, having people, people who say they are leaders, but they are not leaders,
All right,
so,
Chairman.
Yes,
yes,
do you? Yes, please.
Let me respond to that.
Yeah.
Comrade, 1 minute. Please try to narrow down everything to Anambra election, or try to incorporate it to today's topic, which is Anambra election next year, please.
All right, it will be difficult actually. We have a program for Anambra election, like I've outlined earlier. Yeah. But the question the chairman just asked now is not an exclusively Anambra election program. I had to mention it just to show the broad spectrum of the national orientation work, but it's not specifically Anambra election, in as much as it's also going to have effect on the Anambra election. So if it's exclusively Anambra election, then there wouldn't be need to respond to his question.
Okay, because we are trying to narrow down to the topic today. We don't want to digress much from today's.
Okay.
So
okay. Let me just treat that question, and then thereafter maybe I can just narrow down only to Anambra election.
Anambra, yes, sir.
So based on what the chairman has said, the School of Political Education is not meant for only children. What I said was that we think that children, that the youths are a wonderful target, but it is not meant for them alone. It's meant for all Biafrans. Every Biafran can come there and learn about political education. We also think it could be certified, but what I mean by that we will not necessarily certify is that not in the context of not in the Nigerian context, where if you issue a certificate, somebody expects to go to work with it somewhere or to go to school with it. It might not be, but ultimately we actually have in mind having a school of political and leadership education eventually that could be established as a standard school. I think former governor of I think Ogun State, Benga Daniel, has such a school in his state, which he has established that issues diploma. We can actually establish a diploma awarding institute, but we need to start with a popular school, not just a regular school. We start with a popular school. Once the popular school gains enough public recognition, then we can now start a diploma awarding school. For now, we can now issue certificates, just basic certificates, advanced certificates, and so on and so forth, which can qualify people to say, yes, I've been able to scale to this level, to get to this level in political and leadership education.
Fine, that's good. That's good.
Okay. In the absence of other directors of MOBIN, we can maybe bring forward our maybe schedule for today, and then maybe go into questions and answers, because we basically have like 5 more minutes before we get to that. But since there are no more directors of MOBIN here, maybe they will join us later. We can now maybe move into the next maybe agenda, which is questions and answers for Barrister Mekesiri and the Comrade Zulu. So on that note, I call on people, if you have any questions to answer or suggestions, please raise up your hand. If you have any questions to ask Emeka and then Comrade Zulu, then raise up your hand. Okay, if Former Wadike, please go ahead and speak. Now let me unmute your microphone, please, and then speak to us. If you have the audience now.
Hello, everybody. Good
If
morning.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm in from Mawadike. So I want to appreciate.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Los Angeles, California. Okay, so I want to appreciate Barrister Emeka for all about the MOBIN thing. I still believe in what you guys are doing and the processes, you guys are taking. Then this Anambra election is the trying point of Ihenine Ana Eme. So I've been talking to some of my friends in the world and Nigerians to know what's going on over there. And I think it's really tense situation already, and a lot of interest here and there. So my question will really be, how do we I feel I want to talk to people about the election, why it should be we should get Biafran people into power, and how we're gonna do it. So, and they asked me a lot of questions, like what pattern is it gonna take, how are you guys gonna do it, and what are we to be expecting, and what will be the focal point, and how do we understand the processes that will eventually bring about this desire. So I don't really have much answers on all these questions. I really want to be talking about this information as much as as much as possible. So I'm if Barrister can give me more information or give us more information. So as an advocate, so we can actually make impact out there. Thank you.
Okay, my sister Informa. Anambra state politics is actually a very serious politics, very, very serious. Anambra state in particular. And there are also politics within politics in Anambra state. So I have MOBIN directors of MOBIN, we have been able to reach out to narrow our search. Now, the owners of Anambra State, Ndi Nwobodo, Anambra State, told me that the next governor should come from the south, Anambra South. That they have a convention or an agreement of rotating it. So the next one must come from Anambra South. Okay. So okay, fine. From that Anambra South, we have to have a hardcore Biafran activist. So now we have narrowed it down, no longer Anambra North or Central, but Anambra South. And from that Anambra South, we have to have a hardcore Biafran activist who we can now install in power. Okay. Okay. And work is still in progress. We have not yet finalized on who it should be. It may be too early to start guessing, but hopefully very soon we'll narrow down our search to a particular candidate. Okay. We know that some people may, because they know that Biafrans want to put somebody in power, some of them may mouth it and say, yeah, they are part of it, in order just to deceive us. I pray that this time they will not deceive us. Okay. Be able to know who really has our people's interests at heart. No? So if we're able to spell that and then put him in power, then that will be okay. Concerning how to make him come to power, that is very easy for us. That is mobbing, you see, the thing starts from the grassroots, starts from the ward level.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it is from the ward level. You now anoint the person that will be the candidate of the party.
Okay.
The leaders, the leaders at the ward level will now bring up somebody. So it's easy for mobbing to bring up a candidate. And that was why they tackled us and they sabotaged us in 2017, because they knew that we had that structure to bring up a candidate.
Okay.
Because this thing, the director of orientation told you that we are inaugurating our chapters. That is how it starts. From every ward, we have the ward delegates. The ward delegates will now vote. So, and where mobbing occupies all the seats, you can understand mobbing will definitely bring up a Biafran.
Okay.
So the secret is taking possession of the party, taking control of power to bring up your candidate, and mobbing is on the ground to do that. So that's why the most important thing is mobbing to have presence in all the local governments, all the wards and local governments. That's what that is. It's quite an extensive work, because you need to establish in all the wards and all the local governments. Quite extensive. And then you'll be able to make sure that your candidate gets there. The other things like the power play at the national level, where the big, maybe Abuja and them will fight it out at that level. We'll fight. Once we're able to get our candidate, then we can fight. That's why we're saying it will be like another Biafra war.
Okay, I mean, that will be very good. Because one more question, this getting a Biafran person and at the end of the day narrowing it to a particular candidate, and you were criteria for choosing this candidate. Because I'm thinking a lot of people, they may have an election road, they jump in and they want to contest, but they've not been part of the life of these people they want to represent. So, and you were like criteria for choosing them, maybe people that have started working for people, right? Because if you don't have that spirit of giving, you will not even have it as a leader. So I don't know if we have a criteria, and I want to see, I want to know where it's going to cultural, like criteria for choosing these people. Thank you.
Come again, in a nutshell, I said, the interest of our people, Nobi. That people, that is the summary of it. Somebody, you know, like the Bible says, a good leader lays down his life for the sheep. That's a good shepherd lays down his life for the flock, for the sheep. That's what I mean. A leader that lays down his life for the people. That's what I mean. I want all these criminals I know, then they are for they living in opulence while the masses are suffering. No. Yeah, that's it. So we mean somebody that has the interest and the burden of our people on him. That's what I mean. We'll get there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right. Do we have any other person with any question, please? Do we have any question for them? I will help Chiriku in the interim while we wait for people to maybe ask their questions. My name is C.V.Akuta. I'm calling you from UK, Leicester. Aga m achọ ka ọ na ọ ga-adị possible ka a mara onye ga-apụta for Anambra election that MOBIN ka ọ bụrụ onye ama already, onye ama maybe his antecedents or her antecedents, onye ama na what he has done on for MOBIN before ya baba for political position. Amadomo maybe enwere such a member within Anambra State, maybe branch or sector or maybe whatever. Right from maybe for the past 2 years or 3 years, one can say, okay, we're pure Biafran activist or now with his antecedents or maybe he stands on issues than somebody mapta.
No,
Bute.
coordinator. Certain things are in politics. It's a timing. Timing is important in politics. And what to say within a time is important in politics. If you mention the name of any person now, a lot of things will go wrong.
Okay.
So it's not something you mention now. That's why I said we are still working on that. Eventually, the person will be made known. The only thing I said was, Anambra State, Anambra State, we have consulted them. And they said it must be from Anambra South.
Anambra South, okay.
So, and I am talking with them. We will eventually narrow it down to the particular person that has the interest of our people at heart, who are the particular person that is a Biafran with Biafran ideology, who is not a stooge, agent of our opponents. People that have been ruling over us all these years, we are planted on us by our opponents. And we don't want that to continue. You had, of course, you had what happened in the days where an elected governor of Anambra State was kidnapped. You remember? Fine, he was kidnapped. And why was he kidnapped? The godfather told him to be sharing the allocation. Anambra State, when you get the Anambra State allocation, you share it. And he refused to share, he was kidnapped. And these godfathers from the north and from the west, these are the people that have been imposing candidates upon us. Okay, when he refused to share, they now said, after all, he did not win. It's just that we rigged it in. That was how Peter Obi now started fighting. Oh, they now exposed their own candidate because he didn't share the loot with them.
Okay, but it's the let me give you an example. For example, now APC now, you can see people that might likely become maybe the next presidential candidate. We can maybe guess Bola Tinubu or Erufai or people like our Amechi. All those people, yes, okay, one or two or three of them already in APC, known faces, even though they have not declared the intention. We can begin to speculate. It can be Amechi tomorrow. It can be Bola Tinubu. It can be Erufai. It can be one of those two people, faces within the APC. Although they've not declared, but I'm how in the APC. You can't declare now. You cannot expose your tactics or tricks now. But what I'm saying, if MOBIN has those kind of members in Anambra State at the moment, okay, one can say, okay, from our flock, Anambra South, we are picking one MOBIN member, already MOBIN member. I would have joined, but already existing member, Anambra. Again, who would have been?
Yeah, something you need to understand in this thing. Yeah. In politics, sometimes you have secret disciples.
Exactly.
Sometimes you plant your own people in opposite camp.
Okay.
In fact, a time comes when MOBIN will even plant secret agents in APC. Before they hear it.
No.
Can you see how CIA plants people into everywhere?
Okay.
Good. So a lot of things are in politics which you may not understand, which we may not say here.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine. That's okay.
Akuta, I have some contribution, please.
Just go ahead. Go ahead, SJ.
Okay. First of all, it is our culture to thank somebody who is doing something that what he or she is doing is good. Namuku chairman Jishike Akengonegiwo. Welcome. In all these things, it sounds very sweet. Maybe you will permit me now to thank those who are making arrangements or trying their best to foot bills emanating from all these things. I believe they are not being done free of charge. In all these explanations, I have not had financial part of this project. Or is it being done like church offering or whatever? I don't know. Because money must be involved. And some of us, also, I don't know, just talk about that really. I don't want to talk in a different way. Go ahead.
Yeah, the other time we mentioned that thing, because of this Biafran struggle, I'm afraid again to talk about money. So we have, do you know that in 2015, when I was going to Owerri, I was flying from London to Owerri for the case, that case between Biafra and Nigeria. You are aware of the case in Owerri High Court?
Yes, ma'am.
You know that on one occasion I was traveling, it was so difficult. Biafrans here in London, in our meeting, they say, oh, they will let them try to help me, even if it's for transport. You know, about 5 people contributed 50 naira, not 50 naira, 50 pounds. 50 pounds into 5 people contributed 50 pounds each, which was not enough. It wasn't more, but at least I'll go to transport, I'll go to taxi, I'll go to airport taxi, like that. That journey cost me about 2,500 pounds. But the fact that these people were able to contribute 50 pounds, 5 of them, was an encouragement that people were willing. You know that recently, one of them who contributed 50 pounds, who joined Nnamdi Kanu's group, recently called me 419, a scam, because 50 pounds. So, and all this year, including yourself and other people, do you see how been bearing the burden so difficult? But in order not to offend any person, we say, well, well, I don't really know what to say. The last time I just said that we need more money to make our media to start running now. If somebody donates to it, the media directors are there, the media people are there. If someone wants to donate, and tomorrow the media in Enugu will start functioning. We have TV, we have radio, we have print media. We are building a standard media house, and it's costing a lot of money. If somebody wants to help to donate, fine. Just call the DG now. Say, well, how much does it take, or how much do you people need to make the TV or so to start running? And you donate, and the media people will go to market and buy whatever is remaining. So, I tell them no, I tell them no tomorrow. So I say, hey, 9 years going to Biafra. If you want to help, you can always donate. They will buy some equipment, and the media will start running. By the grace of God, all of us, the directors, all the directors of media, of MOBIN, all the directors of MOBIN, and the chairman, all of us are gainfully employed, professionals. Some are doctors or professors in the universities. All of us are professionals. So we're not begging. But I ne bumpa, all of us ne bumpa, and on our jaka quite all right. So any person who wants to help out, please help out. That is the only thing I will say.
Hello.
Akam dineno.
Oh, director.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Director.
Okay. My fambo comrade Adide Lillian. My network was not connecting well, so I know Romia, So, but just to add a little here and there. Comrade Zulu has given almost a total breakdown of Ifeanyi and Mgba. And Nife Ogezeji kwuru now, ka esi asponse ha n'ụwa. Chairman achọsoro ikwusi okwu ka ọ ghara ịbụ na n'okwu. We bear this burden. He mostly, the directors and the others that believe in the project, do their share. We have had an occasion, to speak to some.
We came you to this thing. Yes.
Okay, I've had an occasion to the headsmen. When the headsmen were really, terrorizing down the eastern flank, I've had an occasion to reach out to a few of our brothers, especially those abroad, to support us. Imana, anya ndị uwe ojii, anya ndị police, anya ndị security na adị much na ụmụ nwoke na-aga. So we Munwa, Ada Biafra, Rita, and Igbogo, and Stella Chukuma, we kind of came up with an idea as Umuwani to go down to our side, that same mobilization, that same orientation, talk to the women, talk to Umuabogo, now the 21 local governments now Anambra State. Anambra has always been the testing ground for test runs. But our people weren't forthcoming. Nobody was forthcoming anyway. Let me put it that way. Nobody. So what we did is public transport, and we go down to Anambra State and do those things we needed. Had it been we have some form of support, we could do bigger or larger. Sensitizing, talking, especially to Umuwani, because so set Umuwani could only hit. And in this particular election coming, up Umuwani, election, basically Umuwani and the youths. So, that one had to vote up at the same circle of Umuwani and the youth. So, if they can be reorientated mentally, Biafran aga, Biafra. Rita, but no, how to be of relevance. God, where am I? Oh dear.
No, we're hearing
okay. Yeah. So, Ogezeji, anyị na sponsor nwanyị ka anyị nwere ume. We will appreciate more help for that. One of the agencies, unfortunately, the director directly involved, she can't access this network from her sport. But for women, I wish she was able to come up and then talk about how much we want our women. Our women are not so much oriented at all. If I the after ijana agwegu, all politics. If you do igwegu, then we share rice, share ncha, share nu, hanasa, near 500.
And toilet.
Yes. I'm toilet room can coffee. Oh no, na machis. Oh, then these women are debased. They come out from morning till night. They don't achieve anything. And MHRA election, that is the end of it. The last, the 2017 bull line, like a litmus test, we were able to have done so much, galvanizing these women. Unfortunately, it went the way it went. So I'm soliciting now, even though na chairman na ama nkweku, so ka ọ ghara na ewu na ha abịakwa ndị ego 419 scam fraud blah blah blah. Onwe onye ga sponsor ọ bụ na nke a bụ nke ị ga-asị na ife a ka ị na-atụnye na MOBIN. Ụmụ nwaanyị a na fa ga-eje Anambra State. Anyị nwere 21 local government areas.
Yes.
Na Anambra. and I think almost 300 and something or 361 words, or more than that even. Yes, we did that 2017. I got Ohancha, and ebe abatakwuo afa Biafra. Ọ dị ka amụnyela ọkụ. Ifu the zeal, ifu agụ na agụ ndị bai, no na amarọ igezi nke bụ nke. We got to go so. Because onye nke a ga-emetụ n'obi, si na ife na sponsor bụ ụmụ nwanyị. You know, sisi jebe ebe dị otu, I just talk to women, kpọkọ ụmụ agbọghọ. Talk to them, it will be so nice. On media, it will be so nice because you know, be sure that to give a clearer accountability for whatever is given to him. So far, he is the sole sponsor. And the little we can when we can. So that is the situation for finance now. MOBIN. That is where we are.
Akuta didn't allow me to say what I wanted to say. I just left it open little for Barrister to cue in. After that, then I say what I wanted to say. He just banned me from talking. But if now, let me use this opportunity. See, let me tell you, nobody, no manager, no director on earth that will engage in any business. And now, no. If you know you are straight and very, very sure of what you are doing, do your budget, do everything, provided when begin give accountability. It's only the kind of onion cause egona bia my the money like. Okay, up to now, let me use the present situation. Make us say, then, but case fuego on argue about it. How come this, that, and that? Then, Emani engage, like in my business, it may make sure that the report weekly. Now, who report for him saying, why should I talk again? So the best thing therein is that because that you involve yourself into this kind of laudable project, and you are just footing the bills yourself, or comrades this even though when a mob go barrister and aside to go but they could allow money whatever people are Joe. Then man already I gave it out. Barrister was very happy. Patronize here so that Barrister was aware. I bought that book more than 20. So now all more food to I mean I read as here now transmitter. So many people like them I hate too much, but they are not partaking. So beautify this thing by creating a budget, prepare budget. Then on your bona choro man that you hear the ampa. Ya tinye oku, ye tinye ego. Owo question of onyo wala na ekwu theory. Ogagala man ekwu okay theory. Now it's theory and practical. Thank you very much.
Okay. There are two areas katayempa. The media and mobilization. Mobilization, okay, the last director that the 21 local governments of Anambra State and all the wards, they will go the Hana gap physically. And it takes a lot to travel to all those places. They camp, sometimes they camp in one hotel or the other. They need bus to travel. A lot of expenses, and they have to cover the 21 local government. It is money. Then the media aspect, we are building a media, it is money. That media, the estimates, I think we are spending almost 5 million now. I think 1.something million is required more to finish that media. So we are looking at about 7 million for that media to come as a standard media. And then talk about, so already the projects are there. And the last time you asked a question, you said, for now, we are using the MOBIN account, and there are 3 signatories to that MOBIN account. The DG is a signatory, the secretary is a signatory, and one other director. There are 3 signatories of 2, any 2 can sign their checks. So, and everything that is paid into that account is a UBA account. We can always get the printout of the accounts and know what is spent for. So there's nothing like hiding, or there's nothing like secrecy. Any money you pay, you donate into that account, we will use judiciously and render account. In fact, when that account was opened, it was the that book I published, launching that book. Always go and in that account, and that is what MOBIN started using. So even the book mentioned now, it's also the money realized from the book is also put in the Biafra project.
God bless you.
So that is it. So the money, the projects are there, the costs are there, and the account to pay into is there. So what else do you? I don't know what else, because always open the last director is but I have said it that any person that can help, unless it's because they are levy. We not levy all the Biafra, but that will not work. You know. So
Okay.
yeah, that's in that matter.
Okay, thank you.
I think there's another director coming in now.
Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Is that director?
Barrister, yeah, you sound for, but since I joined you guys,
From where?
Emeka Nnadi has been. I'm in Enugu.
Okay.
Yeah, Emeka Nnadi has been raising up his hands. Can we allow him to talk?
Yeah,
He has
please.
been raising up his hand for quite a long time. So let's allow him to make his own contribution before I come in.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Maybe he was raising his hand physically. If he raises it
Yes. Maybe he's not aware of that. Yes, he's hearing me. He's hearing me. You can make him talk. You can see him there.
Please, Emeka Nnadi, please speak up.
Yes, Emeka, you can. His mic is off. His mic is off.
Okay. Tell him,
Emeka Nnadi, unmute your
your mic.
microphone,
Unmute
sir.
your mic. Yes. Unmute your mic.
So you can.
He's hearing us, but we can't hear him.
Use the common language. Switch on your mic.
Switch the icon.
He's looking for it.
Photograph
someone is coming
mic,
to help him. Let the younger one help you. Let the younger person help you.
Unmute. It's still closed. Oh, good.
Yes. He's done. Yeah, you can talk. Yes.
Where's here?
There's a problem somewhere.
Opola.
On the cook, but we can't hear him.
But Mike, you're the on.
Maybe
Mike had to go on. Mike had to go
probably.
on. Yeah, but we can't hear him. And the guy that helped him has just left. Okay. Why we are waiting for him to come on board? This issue of
wow.
Hello? Are we together?
Go ahead.
Why we are waiting for him to come on board? This issue of funding and financing of MOBIN has been a great problem.
Emeka Nnadi, can you hear us, sir? Okay, but we are not hearing you yet.
Asking people for money. We are not the asking type. We've been trying to manage the resources.
I think we have lost this last speaker. What we'll do is we'll give audience to maybe any people raising their hands.
We have by ourselves, so that while we
Director of Youth and Sports.
I think the speaker is having some network issues from his end.
It's
But
network.
in the meantime, let us give audience to Mike Okoye to speak. His hand is up.
Hello,
Mike,
everyone.
Mike,
Can you hear me?
unmute yourself. Yeah, go ahead and speak, Mike.
Oh, thank you. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you, Emeka.
Thank you, brother.
Mike Okoye. I'm calling from the UK as well.
Oh.
I've joined your program before, and I'm very, very, very optimistic to what you're doing.
Thank you, brother.
My question is, I read one of your letters. It's an open letter that you wrote to Tony Nnadi with regards to the LNC.
Okay.
I didn't quite understand that letter very well. Please, can you sort of elaborate on that letter with regards to what you meant, or what is your motivation for writing it?
Okay.
Coordinator, please.
Coordinator, should I?
Moderator,
Hello?
we're deviating from.
Yes, he's calling point of order. He's calling point of order.
That would be maybe for maybe next discussion. We are talking about Anambra election now. So if you don't mind, you can write Emeka.
It's related to the Anambra election. The letter you love.
Bring it up in the general.
Okay. Let me. I think it's meant for Anambra election.
Okay, Emeka, briefly.
Look at what happened. Tony is saying that, or what I understood from what he's been saying, is that no election should be conducted under the current Nigerian constitution because the constitution is fraudulent. Constitution is bad. And so because of that, I sent him a private text message. See, now we are about to prepare for Anambra's election, because of the, so I suggested, should we not engage in, is it not better for us to engage in election, in the politics, and put Biafrans in power while we wait for the constitutional force measure, that is the pulling down of the constitution, which he's planning. So since that one is still ahead, let us prepare for politics. That was a private text I sent to him. Then he now published it on the internet and started saying that I was trying to ask him for permission for us to participate in the fraudulent Lugadian constitution, trying to revalidate the constitution that has to be pulled down. I said, this was something I sent to you privately, and then I now responded. Maybe that's the letter you now saw. I responded. I said, what I'm saying is that now Anambra State election is coming up. Is it not better for us to participate and put our Biafran in power while we still wait for the pulling down of Nigeria, pulling down of constitution, when it will happen? That in fact, let it happen. But while we are waiting for it to happen, let's get our territory, take control of our territory, put our people in power. That is what I said. And I still think that that is a reasonable thing to do, because if you say no election in Anambra State, the president of Nigeria will exercise the power of emergency rule and put a military administrator there tomorrow as a military administrator of Anambra State. That's it. So there was no fight, there was no quarrel. I was only trying to make him see our point of view, that we should hold our territory together while we wait for the pulling down of the Nigerian constitution, which he is working towards achieving. So
Okay.
that is what I'm saying.
Okay, thank you, Emeka. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Do we have another another person that wants to ask a question? Ifeoma is raising her hand up. Ifeoma, are you there?
Moderator, please.
All right.
Can you just stick to this your program so that we can, have a meaningful discussion? I mean, there are all kinds of things coming up.
Right.
Yeah,
do we have any person that wants to ask a question for Emeka? Because I have two people that raised their hands up here, so I don't know. Michael has.
Informal Sandy is up. Informal Sandy is up.
Okay, let me see. We have Emeka Nnadi. Emeka Nnadi, can you speak now, please? And we have a Prophet Del as well, who has been. Emeka Nadi, if you're not there, then Prophet Del, please go ahead and ask the question, please. Prophet Del.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I didn't start the program at the very beginning, but I wanted to talk about media sensitization of MOBIN.
From where, please?
Pardon?
Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Kuala Lumpur.
Okay, go
Malaysia.
Yes. Okay, so the media sensitization, based on the fact that MOBIN doesn't have so much funding right now, is it not better to just keep the coat where the hand can reach by just using social media to instead of going towards having a proper studio, TV station and radio station and all that? Everybody these days, this 21st century, they're all going social media. Almost everybody, except maybe even those in the village, they're on social media. So social media is much cheaper. Everybody has a phone. Everybody is on the internet these days. I think because the MOBIN page is not really doing a lot of work. There's nothing really. I mean, by now, every video of these talk shows that's been going on, these weekly talk shows, should be on MOBIN page. There's nothing. I mean, the other agitations or agitators of Biafra, they have been able to use social media to a very good advantage.
Yeah.
Reaching out to Nigerians, Biafrans, properly. And my second question is, though it's not primarily tagged on this topic today, but it's equally important. There's something going on with the UNPO inauguration that should be within a few days of Biafra. I think that's been championed by BIM and MASOB. And so far that thing is at the UNPO. I saw the inauguration being done with the Yoruba World Congress and the Biafra section. So will that affect this Anambra politics or going forward, Biafra's restoration in Nigeria? That's something I think, I don't know if they can throw more light on that section.
All right, I will answer you that. Concerning the use of media, I think social media, concerning the use of social media, I think the MOBIN media team is doing that. Maybe it's an oversight or something on their part not to have uploaded this weekly discussions. But you rightly pointed out, these weekly discussions we're having ought to have been uploaded on the MOBIN media page. I think they should do that. They are here, the directors are here, so they will take that into account. Then on the other aspect about the UNPO and the MASOB, it will not hinder or it will not affect Anambra state election. I think some people are misunderstanding the UNPO and what it stands for.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are misunderstanding it. Now, the UNPO is an NGO. An NGO that has seats in the ECOSOC Council, just like we have seats. We have 3 seats in the ECOSOC Council. The UNPO has, I'm sure they have 1 seat in Geneva. I know the person that says in Geneva for them. We have 3 seats in New York, Geneva, and Vienna. Now, for you to present a case in the United Nations, you must be in the ECOSOC status.
Yes.
And we have ECOSOC status. We can present Biafran case to the UN because we have the ECOSOC status. We were given ECOSOC status in 2015. But in the Igbo, our people are hedging, they don't like what they don't They don't appreciate what they have. How many Biafrans know that we have ECOSOC status? They try to kill us. They try to destroy our identity. They try to destroy us. But we have ECOSOC status. We have power to present Biafra case to the United Nations. We are the only people in Biafran group that have ECOSOC status. Masob and BIM don't have ECOSOC status. So they now have to go through a group that had ECOSOC status, and that is UNPO. UNPO is not a United Nations arm. It is the unrepresented nations and people's organization.
Yes.
But because their name UNPO, it sounds like UN, and people think it's UN. It's not UN. It's Unrepresented Nations and People's Organization. It's an NGO. They have ECOSOC status, just like we have ECOSOC status. Our own problem is that what we have, people don't appreciate it. Otherwise, by now, our 3 seats, we should have equipped our 3 seats, our 3 offices in New York, Geneva, and Vienna. We should have opened our offices. We should have kept our clerk, secretary in those 3 offices. Office clerk, office assistant in those 3 offices. And be working hand in hand with the United Nations. But indeed, we appreciate what they have. It cost, you know what it cost us to even get the 3 seats in the United Nations? Because in Hindi, or a black, or here black. Then that Masob had to now go to join another NGO on the Ocha. Another NGO on the Ocha. Kahagra join is in. So, yes, just the way we can present Biafran case, the same way UNPO can present a case. But the problem now, there is an internal problem or politics within the Biafran region itself. The people in the South and the people in the Southeast have not now agreed. There's no map yet to be presented. Which map will you present now to UN? Which map? The old Eastern region map is no longer accepted now because the people of the South have not agreed that map that they should be included.
Emeka?
So let's not go deep into.
Vice Emeka? Yeah.
Yes.
Please narrow down your answers to Anambra election. Don't digress a lot, please.
Okay, that's okay. So it's just because you asked about UNPO. Now, it's okay. Now you understand that UNPO does not mean United Nations Organization. It's an NGO. Good. So what Masob and BIM has done is in order. They joined an NGO that has
1 seat.
Has 1 seat. But they should have joined us because we have 3 seats. They should have joined us because we have 3 seats. But that's by the way, I wouldn't be black. They joined in the Ocha. So it will not have any effect on Anambra State election. Anambra State election will go ahead, and all these things they will say no election, no, there will be election. I've asked in the Anambra, the owners of Anambra State, asked them there must be election in Anambra State. So it will not have any bad effect on it.
Okay.
Right. Do we
So
have further?
Because I want something to say. Moderator?
What's your name and where are you calling from, please? Bid.
Yeah.
Please go ahead with the questions, please.
Okay, from US, because yeah, I'm a little uncertain really with the program today, because you sent us an agenda, and it seems like each time we come, we digress. It's not going to help us much. I would have liked to hear out all the directors that came today so that they will present us a report. And you see, And Emeka, I continue to applaud you. But okay, the Abia as members, Ghana, they were better educated about the mobbing and the philosophy of what they're doing. First of all, in a customary government, which really attracted me there. And then the fact that we're trying to deal with local issues. Okay, to tell you the truth, I don't care much about the UN. Okay, here all these outside things. Here all yes, and until we understand that and find ways to deal with it, we will not get out of it. Okay, because here what they are doing with Anambra state election, because it's going to hold. Let nobody deceive you. Okay? Nigeria we are here today. Let us do what we need to do today until
exactly. Yes.
So let's not. We are the too distracted by outside forces. What is wrong with the way we pursue things? Before I listened attentively to the first director and the report he gave. Another, and I think the second one, a lady, right?
Yeah, there are other directors there.
Yes, let them give us, because they are the ones on ground. Let us give us their reports and digest the area. Finance, somebody, even though we're digression, but it's important. Let all of them give us their reports. So let's just keep to that. And here I Nadi, arrest them, Nadi, this and that. All those things are distractions to MOBIN and their own agenda. The things, yeah, the agenda. These are distractions in my mind.
I support you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the director of youth and sports was talking before he stopped. He was stopped or something.
Okay, let him give us a report.
He stopped himself.
So, hello?
Yeah.
Okay, director.
Yeah. Good evening once again. I couldn't have stopped myself. I don't know what happened. Connection failed. Okay. That's good. Now, what I was saying was on issue of finance, but someone has just pointed out something like I should call a point of order. So I'm resuming. Let me just give a brief report on our activities. As a director of youth and sports of MOBIN, I've been trying to reach out to our younger ones in the schools, secondary schools and universities. Before now, we've been meeting at various secondary schools and universities, trying to educate our younger ones on our history, origin, and need to participate actively in Nigerian affairs, because I call it, we know it, we are participating in Nigerian activity pending when we must have pulled out completely and legitimately. Now, we were to have some activities, debates, and some sports activities before the pandemic of Corona that we now had lockdown. And after the lockdown, activities have not been really going on smoothly. So it's like that is what is really holding a youth directorate from getting activities that will show people that we are really doing something in trying to sensitize our younger ones on the need for all of us to maintain a standard that this is what we are really heading to. This is how we feel we can get to where we are going. So that's the little report I can give at the moment. But then, if we still take it back to finance that we are talking about, all these activities, going to such place, to the meeting the schools and meeting some other sports agencies for us to organize sports activities. We've been running those activities ourselves with the little money we get from our individual activities. But I don't think we are complaining for now. Just that we are using this opportunity to tell people that we've been doing some things and we really want people to help us. So I'm just making it brief so that other people can still contribute. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Director of Sports.
Okay.
Do we have another director in the house? Rita, are you in the house, please? Rita Nibogo.
She's out of town. She went for a burial.
Okay. Do we have another director in the house to give us an update or reports? In the absence of any director.
No, only 3 of us.
Okay. We can now revert back to questions and answers based on what they gave to us as a report. Bearing in mind that we have basically about 30 more minutes to end the meeting.
Okay.
So do you have any?
Say something.
Yes. Sister Former is on the line.
If go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. The other time I didn't unmute myself, so that was what happened.
Okay.
So I want to thank the director.
Sorry, let me ask you. Ifoma, were you the one that called from California the last time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to talk to the director for the youths in terms of, because we were talking about sports and things and all that. So now we have the Anambra election coming up, and the youths, they have various roles to play. So I don't know if you have anything going on already with the youth in terms of sensitization of their fellow youths, mobilizing them so that during the election they will have activities they will do for us, because youth are usually the strengths. I won't name wherever I you know, so you have to think towards that direction on how to mobilize the youth and get them ready for this Anambra thing that is forthcoming. Also, one time about the social media. Social media is really a place where the market is right now, the information market on our social media. We appreciate the fact that there is a studio that is ongoing. I mean, that's great too. But right now, as we wait for the studio to be ready, we need to start mobilizing using the social media.
Yes, you're right.
The media personnel, this is the time to start the proper sensitization, why we should get the right people into power. You have to tell people what is going on, let them understand that some group of people, you guys are working towards a goal, and this is the goal. They can even do some mini documentaries of my marketing teachers, those documentaries to show what we are expecting. And I get to election, Biafran, and stuff like that. Your such sensitization is very important. Even all small money can get a little television and radio, this thing. They should do it. Then they should get a space now, radio. Not them, where talk, radio talk. It's very important because some people, a lot of people take a radio wherever they are, they can listen to radio. And those jingles are very important, right? So we cannot wait until the dying minute to start, because, you know, the media were a lot of power, which is agenda setting of the media. Only media and they every time, the powerful, you know, sensitization. It has to start now, later. So I'm just like calling on the media to start doing something. Run jingles now, radio stations, jingles now, TV stations, documentaries, you know, television, documentaries, social media, posts, anywhere. Then go to market when speakers, position yourself, rules speakers, wear microphone, talk about MOBIN, talk about Biafran, talk about what they are doing, you know, sometimes the best form of defense is attack. You see how MOBIN, like a wave.
Yes, you're correct.
So that's my own, so that the media should heat it up. They should heat up the politics, because this is the time. Thank you.
I sent you a chat because.
Oh.
Yeah, because the other time you could about me, you got joined on a media department.
Yeah.
Good. And we want to start acting.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you something that your this thing.
Email
So
address,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me copy out your number so that I can.
Yes. Yes.
Because the media
yes.
is.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Who's speaking now?
Sorry, I wanted to ask the question, please.
What is your name and then where are you calling from? Eh?
I've called before. It's Michael Okoye. My question is about the finances. I heard the media the youth director say about the account. I heard the lady as well that talked about what the ladies are doing with regards to their expenses. Is all the expenses coming from one account? Or are they different account? And again, what kind of resources do they need, especially on the youth side, with regards to sensitizing you? What kind of resources can one sort of contribute to? What kind of resources do they need?
Okay.
Money, I think money is the main thing, because since they are making a lot of journeys going from local government to local government, all the 21 local governments, a lot of money will be required for transport and their other logistics. So,
excuse me.
Hello?
Can I come in? Chairman, can I come in?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let me come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, money, we are not really requesting for money as in cash. Like now, we need something like a Sienna vehicle or a bus that can be taking us around. We need that bus. We need that bus to be equipped with what do you call it? With modern audio systems and for our awareness campaigns. So we need a bus to be using to move around. That's a basic need for for youth department for our activities to go on comfortably. So let's just break it down so that someone may say, I want to provide a bus. He provides a bus for us. Another person may say, I want to provide communication gadgets in the bus. Someone can provide communication gadgets in the bus. Someone may provide us with, say, go to so and so person, meet him for him to do posters. We are working on handbills that we really share. These are things so people can pick all the items. What will happen is that we may have to bring up our plan of activity so that people can pick whichever one they want to support.
Okay.
That's what we will do. Maybe by the next meeting, we'll now present it so that people can pick individual activities they want to sponsor. Yes.
I think that is
I just want to be making it very brief.
Yes.
People should not mind me. Let me be just eating it and making it brief. Thank you.
Thank you. That is better.
Too many microphones are on. No. Too many microphones are on. Too much noise.
Mute. If you're not talking, you mute. If you're not talking, you mute your mic.
But I'll read them now. I'll read the microphones.
Yeah, better.
Thank you, Youth Director. I appreciate that. It's better to have a list of the resources that you need so that anybody that wants to contribute can pick to have something to contribute to, since money is not the issue at the moment.
Yeah.
So let us have the list of the resources that you need.
That's good.
In terms of what you're doing, so that we can then work on that.
That's good. That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much.
You put T-shirts for us there.
T-shirts.
Yes, T-shirts.
We'll sort ourselves out. We'll sort ourselves out and get back to the house.
They don't allow us to wear our Biafran T-shirts anymore. So we'll sort it inside and then present
Yes,
as
and
a
get and present
holistic
to the house.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah.
And let it be compulsory. Let it be compulsory that everybody submits his or her email. It will help so that all this information will just go straight there every time we want to take any action or any other means of disseminating the information, please.
Noted, sir. Noted, sir.
Okay.
Right. I want to also jog Joe or Yoga contribute to today's discussion. Apologies for the noises on the background and there may be network issues we're experiencing.
Well,
Yeah.
let me say something.
Yeah, one comrade, over to
Yes,
you.
just to say that to inform members that I have posted links to some of the social media pages that we have. The one on Facebook, the websites of the media, and the YouTube. So anyone, please follow that. Just follow the link into the page and then subscribe or like the page so that you can get notifications for our posts. Thank you.
Moderator Emeka Nadi still wants to speak. Please allow him to. Emeka Nadi still wants to speak.
I think he's having some network issues. I don't know. He's raising his hand up, but give him
Emeka, you can speak, sir. Can you hear us?
Emeka Nadi has been raising his hand since the beginning of this meeting.
And he has not been able to
some
speak.
Network challenges. But whenever he comes, he will be able to ask his questions or contribution. Do we have any other person that wants to contribute? Basically,
yeah,
we have
moderator. Can I?
Yeah. Sorry, your name and then where you're calling from, please. Okay.
Yeah,
Bid.
this is Bid from the US. Yeah, Emeka from the US. Yes, I just want to mention some of the issues raised here. Budget. Emeka, you made a comment about your experience in dealing with people giving you money here and there, all those kind of things. I believe you have learned from that. And that should inform you that, because to me, you didn't do it the right way. Maybe you didn't know, because sometimes in your enthusiasm to serve, you make certain mistakes that will haunt you. So now, I don't know how many directors you have right now, I don't know, but you must have a director of budget or finance that will put together. Somebody mentioned, I think, SAG. Budget is very important. Even if I'm contributing a penny or donating a luxury bus or whatever, those are all parts of the budget. Let them put it together that way. Because one thing is, I see people clamor for Biafra, clamor for a different nation. We should also demonstrate,
yes,
that we will be capable of running a country or an organization or whatever. We should be able to demonstrate that by these things, if we call it little things that we are doing now, or these initial activities we are doing. That's my point there. And I also like what the director of education or something mentioned.
Yes.
Yes, in drawing your curriculum, our people should learn from our history, the lessons of our history as Ndibo. For instance, we had somebody, one of our commanders that passed away 2 weeks ago in Owerri, Colonel Ihanacho. I thought somebody would mention him here. He passed away. He was one of the last commanders that held Biafra before, before the handover, whatever it was, either surrender or handover, whatever. He was the last of the commanders of Undi Biafra. So, with the history, now where we are going, by going back to where we were. Otherwise, and you make all my own mistake, I can make it again. I know we're all enthusiastic, but let us learn. So in the curriculum, let us try to put those things. My Efiong, Mandini, all those our former Biafran soldiers and leaders, they wrote all kinds of books. Like this man, Ihanacho, he wrote a book about all his activities during the. We need to learn from those things. That's the thing. But in here basra ego, I think go me before. Can we come membership dues? Is it monthly? Is it every year? Is it whenever we meet? Can we a particular point where we say, okay, you go there and put your money there, wherever you are, all over the world.
Yes.
That is very easy now. Here them are transparency and accountability.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, a make address like because at low job about he mentioned here Gary Ego or Ego Gary, job about that. Your concern should be to make sure that you know transparency and accountability.
Yeah.
Okay, so please don't be afraid of that. And then the directors, they should also, when they are coming, bring us reports, all of those things. Because as you said, most of them, we are all professionals in our different
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So that because people can you know. So, but so far, they there or they not there as directors. So far from then on today, yes, they you know, I may create a mark of it, but we always try to to improve going forward. And because Basara or Masobo or Undinka or Dinka, go happen when we are planning or when you are giving us a report or I don't personally, I don't like to be answering questions about issues going to be here. So onye obina mekwane here. There are other organizations you can go and belong to. Maybe make your own contribution in that way. That's the way my own personal Thank you.
Okay, my brother.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Moderator, where you also?
Yeah, one more thing. Continue here one night right now. I say Abaraka na azala ndi jiji na akonyeju. So we need finances for ihe barrister. Ahorom nihi nwere directors and a lot of people know in this. Directors all have so much, and we have too many. It will be very difficult to cut everything together. So how about it's like a 10-man committee that be responsible for financial services, so that what purpose we raise, these people will handle it, giving each director what they need to function effectively in their different specifications they handle. So that these financial services, at the end of the day, their only responsibility will be to say, Nego Lediota Batakwara. Na hajikwanye director nkanka for this proposal, and at the end of the day, lekwe ihe metere, lekwe go law, and you want a balance, or why you use each other. They will be able to tell ndị na atukota egwa. Imanasi na ihe kama na ihe niile wu. Itupo nketa akoro gi izie ka happy idi ya ke toro ya mvu. Because at the end of the day, ihe onye obuna na achọ. I'll go the ₦1 can nyere. Gini kejiri ₦1 ahụ wee mee. So that echi na ₦2 mara na ₦1 nyere gị na ijiri wee mete ihe. Anyị nwekwara anụ mmadụ n'ala Igbo, but the thing is we need to build the trust. because I seen nwatakịrị aṅụgba nwatakịrị ya hụ okporokporo ijiji ya na ọsọ na-eme, you know, because the child has learned lesson from K barrier. But so we know na enwere ndị na-eme ihe akọ akụkọ o jikwara mee nke a mee nwanne ya and all that. We've not seen it. We'll not say no amongst you, but that is a kind of mentality anyị nwere based on ihe anyị hụgoro before. But for this project, is a nofty one. I need natural call worker because it is practical. Mana that's why I get energy anyị wepụcha nkụ niile nwere ike igbu anwụrụ n'ije anyị na-aga, so that ihe kakwanụ mma awụ anyụkọ mmamịrị ọnụ ya agba ụfụfụ. Ụmụ Igbo nwere ego, but we need that trust to say na this group ihe ọbụla unu nyere ha na-eji ya arụ ọrụ. Enwere ndị a na-enye ọ na-efu, but we have to build a structure that they can trust us and set this foundation, this trust fund, because outside it, will not work. You know, so
okay.
That's my advice. Thank you.
Okay, I mechara echetara mgbe anyị nọ n'Enugu this committee na-ekwu, this finance committee na-ekwu, I set up all these structures. We have set up all the structures, and in fact, I remember that they even had a letter. Is it letter of appeal letter or something? They targeted some
appeal letter, sir.
Appeal letter. They targeted some of our people.
Yes, sir.
They have done all these things. And all part that same fear. Na ihe na ndị ọzọ egwuole ha wayo. Maybe all part that same fear. Mere na anyị okay n'ebe ha ka na-atụ ụjọ na ndị ọzọ gwuru ha wayo na anyị ga-egwukwa ha ngwa ka anyị na-agbakwa mbọ dịka ike anyị ha. So, but dịka okwu a na-apụta ugbu ọ dịkwara m ka ụkwa ruo ya ada. Dịka okwu ndị a na-apụta ugbu ọ dịka ọnụọla anyị ọkụ n'obi ugbu a ka anyị malite. I will malite with ole na anyị dị ugbu a, because my monthly dues, so I will have monthly dues. All the structures, my receipts, so everything is there. All the structures are in place, but all quite the same problem. So we can start with now. So okay, directors, you are there. All you need to do now is furnish us with what to do. The account number and the MOBIN is there, and the receipt and issue on your monthly dues. Everything is there so that we can start immediately. And that committee raised that time for finance. If they are still alive, let them start functioning, because already that committee was raised. I was there in Enugu when it was raised, and the appeal letter was drafted. So those things are in place. Always equal. By the grace of God, all the Korea so Sister former because
Barrister. Barrister. Eventually itunye asalo n'ife abụ ịmana some of those things I mean. Ndị niile anọ ebe a kịta, all these people were not, part and parcel of it. They are just like coming in to know. So, Mumwa, now I suggest, that I've seen a lot of them be consistent since Ebido Zuma. Yeah. I see Prophet Del, I see Sister Wadike, I see one Dr. Oguike. Yeah. They have just been following us, For me, more people are coming in, some of them are banana places where they can function well. Yes, they enter into, strength. Like what I see pharmacy, they're not like media.
Yes.
In that her comfort zone, doing things effortlessly. And the same thing with Indy when they see if a budget now, it would be nice to bring them all.
To have the committee.
Exactly. Instead of Gochi, we're just like starting new, or injecting new and better strength into what we are doing. Yes, I think that is my.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yeah, Emeka, sorry, let me just add a little there. Here, finance should be strengthened because however he can however he can not necessarily physical, materials, but this finance, now, yeah, we do this Anambra election and the strengthening finance because people who direct us, unless a director is a director of finance, directors are mere administrators. They should not be in charge of spending the money, getting the money, but they can, discuss about the incoming of finance. But I can really a committee or whatever, whether committee of folk or OT in charge of finance, so that no matter the amount, how we go. But I hope that the whole thing is being reported in a financial way and in the way people get happy. Without that, the director, you trust them. This I don't see them accused. And the as far as I am concerned, and I may make away with Indi Loro Walego, but they make away with Onye use go very well.
Okay.
So
those
here by them, I give many, I would want 10,000, 20 or 50, somebody when he can know, and not call these people. How I would direct us? Ask them what they no. This that mean is not well structured there. I can really what the people they queue up till they can name then hey budget on this the thing name what cost. So people not here and there. I'm gonna contribute into it. They have haphazardly like that. It's not a good administration. Thank you very much.
Okay, email of the Okugiamaka. I were that committee, finance committee. Question eleba banyere ego na abata. Mana you kind of the other director could say the fresh people should be put in that committee so that how they functional. Oburon or they but always the functional. I were the committee, the finance, they in charge of finance, or not there. So I must accept this particular suggestion or say, okay, when you're that committee, all this stronger.
Strengthened. That
Can
will be
I
strengthened.
help you there? Can I make a suggestion?
Biko, okay, we have
a meeting or
okay, we have extra 10 more minutes, please.
Always leave this thing and leave. Emeka, can help over there. Yeah, everybody to work now, so all them and I say that the next time around, I name a meeting. No land on that committee, or how if they have a head at that finance committee, Kobia report. And what I will suggest there, but if you can get one professional, either an accountancy or the CPA as we call them here, or finance, then only one the technical knowledge about how to get money, put it, handle it well, make budget and all those things, projections. There. Okay, so that next time I meet, or a topic after what they need, what they have done. And another point too, I don't like where people No. I'm how long ago you are from MOBIN. Okay. It's not, oh, Ikueba, then when they came with so people have us, no, it shouldn't be. It should be almost to perpetuate. Okay, here we have a good foundation for. Okay, I will have somebody maybe ego or something. Anyway, strong organization not there. Only have game on your then I continue along that line.
Yeah.
And so that in England a committee na handle ego na how is it functional? It's not good to hear. In my own it's not good to hear. Come that oh hano kwadi or go to onye for there. Then let us come. Or if you are getting new people, this is what they should know. I don't know my MOBIN, we go by law or whatever guides people and the way they work for the organization. You got to? Yeah. So that the guy I name me high and they meet now, you know, na gazrian.
Ndewo. Okuge amaka. Obo etesi build. We are building. We are building to strengthen it. We are building.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah, the committee, that finance committee, or won't have poster. Ask someone that Hamech and even the appeal letter naga kwabete because of here in the Madahona. People and her choinyaka because of in the Madahona. Men and I just say kaina bambo. Obrona ha poster.
Okay, how we train our report next time? Can know where they stopped and then where we'll go from there.
No, I want the other director suggests okay, we let new people here and they got more vibrant, active.
Okay, it's the same thing. We try and report next time.
Before then, the one that is there before should still come up to present something that the new ones will now merge into to continue.
That's good.
I believe that's what Bid is saying.
Okay, yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually equal. Nadi.
Katra Mekozo, yes.
And they will take a letter.
Please, moderator, unmute Sonia from your own end.
Come on, what I can
unmute him from your own end. Thank you. Yeah, he's up. Ah, too bad.
No, I hear wait now.
I think I have unmuted him now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, he can talk. Ngwakwa?
Yes, well, we see from his side.
Oh, yes, all the problem with his mic.
Yeah.
His mic is on. Obviously. Setting
phone on my computer.
What the on a computer?
On a computer. I can see on a computer. On a computer.
On my computer, but I set here set off my. I got to the setting. I got to setting now.
He didn't sign in his microphone.
Yes, I got to setting sound.
Well.
And the young people that we are helping him, all of them have left.
Try. Oh, wow, here
yeah, we're on phone here, or iPhone or some kind of.
And he's talking.
Okay, see what I'm suggesting. Since we can't hear him, let the moderator reach out to him much later to teach him how to follow up in our subsequent meeting, because none of us can hear him at the moment.
He's talking, but we can't hear.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Well, that's next time.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Hey.
Yeah, it's a pity we cannot hear him.
Yeah, okay.
Emeka Nadi, you can see the email and telephone number in case you have any question to ask. Send them through the email.
Yes.
Or through the
yes.
I'll be sharing them here all through. Basically, our time has long been spent. We have 4 minutes to run up the meeting. But Emeka, please, could you begin to round up and summarize the meeting then maybe?
Well, I think okwu anyị abịala na njedebe okwu keta anyị ritere uru. A lot of nhazi ihe, ntụle, ịhazi okwu, iwunye aja n'okwu ka anyị nwee ike ihe anyị na-arụ dịka ụlọ anyị na-arụ ka o sie ike. I think we have achieved so much. All the advice or corrections, additions, comments, strengthening is to strengthen the movement. So this aspect of finance and the committee that was set up for it, the next, I think, Amaramo coordinator is in moderator is in Anambra election. Otherwise, Anamasi, by next one, the committee members, a few of them can appear and tell us how far they have gone, and then we can add more people to them, more or the possible. Or we go to Anambra election, or we go to 5 minutes or 10. I think so that we can strengthen that department very well. And like I told,
I think your suggestion is okay. The suggestion is okay. The suggestion is okay because it's still finance that we are going.
Yeah, go ahead.
But gone are the days again on any oral report. Have you let them write something? I got him submit here. I see within this date, they are submitting head to. In case of anything, we hold them accountable with their submission. Not only that they will on Obianye, I got forever ban. He said about make it, but it looks somehow. We are mature people. Thank you.
All right. SAG, thank you very much. And Barrister Emeka, thank you very much. And I want to thank everyone that attended today's meeting. It's been a pleasure and a wonderful evening with you guys. I'm afraid our time has been spent for today. We'll see again next week, Saturday, by same time. On that note, I move a motion for the end of the meeting.
Akuta, I got your notice very late. Was that intentional?
What's that?
Akuta. We notice meeting just this morning.
This morning, eh?
Yeah.
It went through the email or through the WhatsApp.
Both.
And the fact moderator now charge also can meche, whereas we want to spend at least 3 hours.
Forgive me, because forgive me. I was so busy trying to
make Yes, it's a nice one. It's a nice outing. It's a nice outing.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you. At least you gave us more time.